It just hurts.
Right, I understand.
Thank you. So then there was only one thing we could do was go back up again. So when we got up there, we got there was a mixture up there of every nationality, Polish, everything, fighting for the Germans. So what we did, we got them. This time we got them, prisoners. And this one guy pulled out a little gun. It's a German gun, and I forgot what they call it. I've been trying to think. But it's a German gun, and they fired it. It takes about 15, 16 bullets.
It's not a Luger, is it?
Luger?
And if the first one misses you, forget about it. Nothing ain't going to hit you.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Okay.
So we all turned, and that man, there was much left of him when we got through with him. But that's what we had to do rather than see our buddies killed. And from then on, we went on into Bloody Hill.
Okay.
Bloody Hill, it was called. That was the worst massacre of our troops I've ever seen. I was hit in the leg. See, what happened, I went in there and I wanted to see if I could, get help some. And I went, what it was, it's a hill with trees. And these trees are bent like this. And it forms a tunnel. And I go in there, and there's dead guys laying up over the place. And all of a sudden a shell comes in on me. Now I was facing this way. It took and swung me around like that. Now if my head would have been in the other direction, I would have been dead. I would have got the shell right in the head. Instead, it blew, and I got the shrapnel in my left leg. And I was bleeding. The blood was just pouring out of my shoes. Guys were, I just almost sat down and cried when I looked at the guy. They were laying all over. Some were dead. Oh, you could see the blood, some of their faces. They were all beat up. And some of them were dead, some of them were alive. I don't know how many were alive. And so I heard somebody call my name. And this guy said, Harry, Harry, don't go without me. So I said, hey, gotta take a chance. Maybe I can save both our lives. So I went in there and helped him. He's bleeding and he's crying, Harry, Harry, don't leave me here. So I thought, well, I'll take the chance and get him out of there. I got him out of there, and we were walking towards, there's two fences that we had to go over to get to the medics. And the bullets are going, I could hear him whistle by me, but not one of them hit us. I got him over the two fences, and they took him to a different hospital than me, because I never saw him anymore. But they took me down to the shore, and there's a hospital there, and they operated on me. They took the pieces out of my leg, and they sent me across the channel back to the hospital. So I went there, and I spent 6 months in that one.
Was this your ankle, primarily your ankle? Was it primarily your ankle that got hit?
My leg, yeah.
Okay.
And they took all the, over there they took but they had a bunch of crooks there. I took out my wallet out of there because we had to throw our clothes away, and somebody stole it. It was a mess out there. So anyway, when I got in there, then I got operated on there. But that wasn't finished. They finished the operation over when I got across to England. They had to take skin from my... they had a machine, they take the skin and they put it on there. And I was on crutches and canes for 6 months. And finally one day after being there so long, the guy came up to me and he says, "Harry Glassman?" I said, "Yeah." He says, he looked at me. He says, "You're going home. We're shipping you home because we can't do no more with you and they can fix you up better over there." So I was in there 6 months already.
Okay.
And so I was shipped home to New York first.
Okay, well, hold that thought for a minute. No, just hold that thought for a minute as far as being shipped home. Now, while you were in Europe, how were you communicating? Were you sending letters back and forth to home, to your family?
Yes, I was. They sent me some stationery, a big box of stationery. And when it gave me, and I was keeping in contact with them. And they heard that I've been, they got a letter that I had been shot up. And, but when they got my letter, they changed their attitude because they know I was still alive. They thought I might be dead. They didn't know.
Sure.
Because the government doesn't allow a lot of that writing.
Sure.
See, that's why it's hard, because you might say something that you shouldn't say. So finally, this man tells me I'm going home. As I tell you, when we saw the Statue of Liberty, we almost kissed the ground. We couldn't believe we were home.
Okay. Were you on the Queen Mary again? Were you on the big ship again?
No, this was a hospital ship.
Oh, hospital
ship. A smaller ship.
Okay.
And what it's got, it's even got like a prison. It got, with some guys go out of their mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I'll give you an example. My sergeant, he went crazy out there. So they put him in a place, into like a hospital. Well, it was bed. And what do they have in there? German prisoners. He's in the middle of them.
Wow.
And, that would drive me crazy. So he got out of bed and he's choking this German. He got out and choked this German and they had to pull him away. Well, I'll tell you something about this sergeant. He always thought I was a weakling until one day when we went back to back. Well, I think we went about through 200 people or something. Him and I were left. And we stood for 20 minutes and we couldn't move each other. And from then on, he kind of respected me a little bit,
Yeah. Now, when you say you went through 20 people, 200 people, what did you do?
This was in training.
Oh, training. Okay. I got you. Okay.
It's in training and bayonet training.
Okay, I got you.
And bayonets was very rough because they come down running your hands with the gun like that. And boy, your hands were so sore and everything. Bayonet, but that's what they had to do.
Right.
Get you used to that.
Right.
Yeah, well, anyway, they sent me home to New York.
Okay.
And they put us in there.